The first opportunity to Dr. Araka Edwin to give us his opinion.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Moderator, and thank you, the debaters. That was definitely an excellent exercise, very enriching. I learned quite a bit myself. And as other speakers have mentioned, this is a topic that you cannot narrow down to one side or the other. And just as Mr. Chefo just said, the last speaker, talking of education in terms of private versus public, one thing that I think our audience have to bear in mind is the level of education that we're referring to matters. Because if you look at development and brain development, a lot of brain development occurs very early in a child's life. So if you have to decide when to invest in your child's life, as far as what will have a lot of influence in their careers in the future, investing early on may pay a better dividends. Does that mean going to private versus public school? I would say what is more important is really some of the lessons they learn from home. Public school may give you more real life experiences, which you may not necessarily get depending on where you go for private school. While at the same time, private education may afford you focused, more tutored-like experiences, which we may not have in public school. But at the end of the day, if it's early on in somebody's life, I strongly believe that focusing on developing the appropriate skills, life surviving skills, skills in education, skills in prioritizing, skills in being able to read, I believe that those are going to be very essential. As they progress through life, it becomes much more important for them to develop skills in networking. And that is really where I believe private schools may outshine some of the public schools that we have, in that if you have a closer network of classmates and a closer relationship with your professors, that affords you access to networks. And building that big network at the university and professional level plays a critical role as you enter the workforce. So it's a debate that, depending on which level of education you are talking about, your priorities may change. But overall, I would say private or non-private or public, it's really important to pay attention and invest. Remember, education is an investment, and you get what you reap. You reap what you sow. Investing in our children's future is something that we definitely have to think and take very seriously.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thank you for that wonderful opinion that you hold. I think it's going to go a long way to enrich the public. Okay, I'll give the last opportunity to Prof. Ngezem to give us his opinion on the topic at hand.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I didn't expect that I would say anything, but thank you for the opportunity. Let me express clearly that the debaters did a good job, especially in terms of logic. Both teams were very logical in their presentation. Even though it was wanting in evidence, but at least logically, it was a very strong one. I concur with what Dr. Araka just said, and I'll hesitate to take any side as the judgment is going on. I don't want to tee the balance in any way. But at the same time, I want just to also know that with respect to matters of this nature, our goal is not just to point to their strengths, as we've already done. It's also to point to maybe areas of consideration in future debates. The area of, in terms of success, was wonderful, I said already. But if I were asked how it can be improved in future, I want them to pay attention to what is called pathos. Did you do emotional appeal? Were you emotional? Did they pull our heartstrings in such a way that we can be influenced? None of the groups use emotional appeal, in my considered opinion. Secondly, I was expecting them to define success. At the end of this, I'm not sure what success is. Is success passing an exam with many papers? Is success grappling with the various aspects of life, including some of the things Dr. Araka just mentioned? What is success? You must define what success is at first before you proceed to see to demonstrate a correlation between private institutions and success and public institutions and success. And of course, private and school institutions, as somebody said, it's a tutor-oriented school where 1+ is a guide tool, is you are monitored. But at the same time, did you survive in the wilderness? By wilderness, I'm talking about society, which is a convolution of many types of things. Can you cope? Is it possible in such extra cocoon where you are sheltered profoundly? Can you get into the world and survive? Those are some of the things that I wanted to hear. And also with respect to public school, is it possible that you can ingrain yourself in morality when you are exposed to public schools, which is a place frequently of many bad things? So it's a very interesting debate, which I'm sure this is not the last time. But again, as I said, I don't want just to jump and go to the left or to the right. I want just to caution to stand in the middle and leave it to the judges to decide. And again, I appreciate their skills, I appreciate their passion, I appreciate their logical presentation, which was the core of their argument here. And I thank you, Gillard, for being an exceptional moderator. And I must thank Director Ernest for all he's doing for the community. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Prof. Ngezem, for that wonderful opinion and a lot of, you have given us a lot of things to hold on to for our subsequent debates if we come here to present. I believe that our debaters are getting it, and next time they are going to be more performant than now. So right now I have received the scores from our judges, and what I have here as scores, everything is clear that both sides did a wonderful job, excellent job. So, but notwithstanding, the scores are not equal. So I just need to read what I have here as a result. So those on the affirmative side scored 8.75 on 10. Let's clap for them, please. While those on the opposing side scored 9.2 on 10. Let's clap for them. So, dear viewers, dear audience, that was it for today. I believe we have come to the end of our debate this afternoon or this evening. I believe that we have all learned one or two things from the work of our researchers. So, that said, I want to thank all the audience that did participate in this wonderful show of today. I want to thank especially our VIP, our very important guest in the person of Prof. Ngezem, Dr. Araka Edwin, Dr. Araka Hilary. It was a wonderful pleasure having you around. In fact, we have learned a lot from your presence. I want to thank all our debaters. In fact, you have done an awesome job, a wonderful job altogether. Especially from the very beginning, these were not the debaters that were invited. Somewhere along the line, some people had other commitments and they turned it down. So I just had to invite, especially Madam Ambrosia. I just got her like 3 days to the debate, and she did a very wonderful job. Same with Mr. Njinken Kone. I really appreciate your work. I appreciate your efforts, your research, your time, your efforts. I really appreciate it all. I want to appreciate also the Gaza Media team. I thank the director. I thank everyone for coming, for tuning in to witness this program. That said, I want to thank you, everyone. Thank you, dear viewers, for following us in today's program. Stay tuned to our subsequent programs. And remember to always subscribe to Gaza Media YouTube channel. Follow us live on Facebook. Remember to share our videos, like, and follow us, I mean, even on other networks. Thank you so much, and do have a wonderful day ahead.